Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Welcome back to another episode of It's in the Details, the Big Brother edition. I am Damien.
And I'm Roger.
And as always, hit the buttons. Hit the buttons, tell a friend. Hit the buttons, man.
Like and subscribe.
Hey, yeah, do the things. Boy, week 11.
That'll go down.
Week
That'll go down
11.
the books.
All right, we should get started.
Yada yada yada.
Yeah, right. Yada yada. Eviction. So double eviction ends last week. Azza puts Hannah and X up. Things happen. Hannah goes home. Azza tells us she believes her best chance at getting to the final three is with the boys. What do you think about that?
I was like really wrong because it looked like she was pissed, like she made a mistake. But really, what we find out is that it was all on purpose.
Yeah.
And she knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
And she was actually annoyed that they used the veto.
Yeah.
Because she wanted, like, she didn't realize that she was going to have to put up Derek.
You were right about that.
One. Yeah.
You were right about that.
So she was pissed about something.
Yeah.
But it wasn't what I thought it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, what a weird thing. Like, what do you think was going to happen?
It another unnecessary move from Kyland to take Xavier off the block. Again, trying to cover all the bases, right? Trying to hold up
this guy working with the, like, well, I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me. This whole I want to go to the end with the best, like, it baffles me. I never understood this.
We'll get to it. Trust me, we'll get to it.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Azza also says she never solidified a deal with Hannah. So that's why she didn't move with her. I'm like, do it now. Move with her now. What do you?
It's like too late. Like, you should have done this ages ago.
Yeah, but you still have a chance. Just do it now. Don't roll with these guys. You can't beat them. Okay. There's nothing that can happen. You can't beat them. You might beat Hannah somehow. You're not beating those two boys, right? But she did what she did.
Her chances of winning went from like higher up to 0.
Yeah.
There's no way she wins now. I don't.
No,
because she didn't build a resume.
Even if she wins 2 out of the last 3, it's not going to matter.
Her resume is taking out Hannah instead of taking out X or Kyland. Like,
yeah. We also find out that the two boys, Xavier and Kyland, were arguing with each other over who got to give Hannah a sympathy vote.
Right.
I thought of you immediately. I was like, these guys again with the sympathy votes.
It's not even a sympathy vote because then it equals up to a draw.
Yep.
And then you're forcing the HOH to get more blood on their hands.
Yes. And you don't know what they're going to do.
If they wanted to do that to make Azza look bad.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
But like, let's give her a sympathy vote. Like when it's a 1-1 vote, like
crazy.
I know.
Here's some optimism that we're going to take away from you because she's definitely going to keep Derek.
Right.
It's so crazy. Good thing they didn't do it. They didn't.
Yeah.
Then we got a little piece in the episode where Derek is starting to realize he might have to make a decision he doesn't want to make. He might have to choose between Kyland and Azza. And he's talking to Kyland and he's trying to get some reassurance. It's like, if I do this, you got my back, right? And Kyland refuses to just tell the man, yeah, if you're in control, I got your back. No worries. He's like, nah, I don't know why we even talk about this, blah, 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 blah. Just terrible gameplay. We find out why later, but terrible gameplay at the time.
I mean, I think this is, you got to give Derek F.
Yeah.
Credit for sniffing out the lie because he knows that Kyland is with X for some stupid reason.
Yeah. When I come to you with this stuff, what I need you to do is tell me you're on my side, right? This is what I'm expecting. I'm going to tell you this stuff. You're going to tell me you're on my side, and I'm going to look at you in the eyeballs and figure out if you're telling the truth. That's all I expected. I didn't expect to come in here, have this conversation with you, and you say nothing. Not even try to reassure me at all. Or as Julie said later on, lie to me so I can decide if it's the truth. It was so crazy. we find out from X that his final two is Derek. He's locked it in. He's moving with Derek. Smart move.
Yeah.
He's gonna beat him. He'll beat Ozza too.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even think it matters like who he takes.
Questionable if he takes Kyland.
Wins. Yeah, like he has the worst chance if he takes Kyland, but he still I think wins. But yeah, you always want to try to set yourself you want to set yourself up for the win, right? Like guarantee. So yeah, Derek F is probably the biggest guarantee. Yeah, I think.
And then we've got this little through line through almost every episode of the week where people are trying to stack up what they've done versus other people in the house, other people that are still left in the house, right? And you got Derek talking about how he was pissed because he was left out of the plan, right? You guys made this move to take Xavier off the block. You didn't even tell me about it. You should have told me. I never leave you guys out of my plans. And I'm at home like, you don't get to make plans, man. You can't win anything, right? You can't win anything. So it's like to step to them and be like, why are you guys leaving me out of plans? I get it. But you got to find some humility in the way you're doing it. Right. We get to the HOH. I would have implemented Kyland's plan. Like Kyland was finding the clue, coming back to see what's there, and then going back to reaffirm it. And I thought that was a good idea. Apparently I was wrong because he was 4 minutes slower than Xavier.
Yeah, but is that like it's like what I've been saying, man. Like Xavier is a fucking beast that was like holding himself back.
Yes.
And like now that he needs to win, like you get these blowouts. Like I think Xavier is one of the best Big Brother players. Like
competition wise.
Game.
Oh yeah.
Like all around game.
True.
Like social to strategizing to comps. Like this guy knows when to turn it on, when to turn it off, and he's really smart.
He won the competition, came inside the house and said, win when you have to win. And I was high-fiving you from my house. I was like, that's slogan. What we were just talking about, man.
Great slogan, man.
Dude, then it starts. Xavier won. Ozza didn't play. Derek F, a little bit sad. Kyland is melting down. Okay? Melting down. He is calling himself dummy. He's talking about how he's stupid. How did you not win this thing? Just big angry. And it's like kind of like a North Star. It's like this shining beacon of what's coming for the rest of this week as he starts to melt down.
You think that's what it is? Like he's realizing that his game's like in trouble? Because why wouldn't he think like, oh, X has me, I'm good, right?
Because X can't vote.
I mean, I guess, but like X can also win and then win the veto and then
not vote.
Choose who gets to make the vote.
Yeah.
So like I don't know why he's freaking out. Like he's in his eyes, he set himself up really well with the remaining people, and it really comes down to the veto. So like, I don't know why he's having a meltdown like he has.
I think it's because it's the first time where he really doesn't have power, right? Really no power, because the only two people that get to vote. He's not aligned with one of them at all. He's melting down. He starts scrambling. He talks to Derek. He talks to Xavier. Doesn't bother talking to Ozza because he knows he can't get Ozza, right?
Right.
And Derek is the one person he can trust. And he doesn't trust Derek. I think this is later in the week, but he doesn't trust Derek because Derek ain't never had no power to show people he can be trusted. Right? So he does not feel, and he's been like this every time he's gone on the block. He's been all grumpy and disgruntled. He's tried to get off the block, throwing away cookout plans. This is who he is, right?
He gets antsy when he's on the block.
Yeah. So he ends up putting up Ozza and Kyland.
Right.
And we move to the veto episode. Ozza's talking to Derek.
Again, pointless.
The veto episode?
Yeah, it's a formality, really.
Yeah. We got Ozzy talking to Derek, trying to find out if he has a final 3 with the boys. He says, no, I have a final 2 with each of the boys.
I was laughing on this scene because it's like she doesn't want to hear it, and then he's all like, well, actually,
yeah. What?
Like, you're fucked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what she took from that conversation with him was just like, oh, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize you were set up better than. Is that his fault? Or is that her fault?
He could have, first of all, he could have said nothing. Okay.
Right.
Lie.
Right.
You already said we're not in the final 3. That's lie number 1.
Right.
Follow through with another lie. Okay.
Right.
Just another lie. She's not going to find out until it's too late. It doesn't matter. Right.
It's weird that they never had the conversation though.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, she's been sleeping. You remember when like 4 weeks ago when you said the best strategy sometimes is just sleep early on?
Yeah.
She slept till week 9. Too late. That's too much sleep.
She didn't hit that snooze button, man.
She threw the alarm clock off the table.
It's true. It's true.
She realizes, we get to see her realize, I should say, that everybody's been playing a game around her and all these alliances. So she didn't have an alliance with Derek. She didn't have an alliance with Hannah.
Did they even have an alliance with what's her name?
Tiffany?
Brittany.
Oh, yeah. What did she think was going to happen?
It's just like an unspoken alliance thing. Yeah. Like I that's why I'm like, yeah, the way he did it was pretty shitty, but like he's not to blame. Like he was been playing the game and she hasn't. So like,
he formed those alliances like week 1 and week 2.
Right.
Yeah, it's not on him. It's not on him. It's on him that he told her. I don't think he should.
Yeah, it's the way he delivered it, but yeah.
Dude, did you catch this piece where they had Kyland sniffing these tortillas in the kitchen?
Yes. Yes.
What is up with this guy, man?
Okay, so from what I understand, so like just to give a little backstory, the show puts this whole like scene about how Kyland sniffs everything. Like when he's preparing food, he'll sniff like the tortilla shells, bread, like at one
mattresses.
Point, clothes. At one point, I think he even smelled his floss. Smelling his floss. And from what I understand, a little backstory into why he does this. Apparently, the show, because of COVID, cleans everything, all packaging, all toothpaste, like everything, anything on the show that they like disinfect it with the wipes and stuff. And it's like, and apparently, with the tortilla shells in general, the
seepage
cleaning. Yeah,
the seepage.
Yeah, so he's like trying to sniff for the cleaning stuff, but I don't know, man. Like, you can't really say that about the dental floss, right? Like the dental floss part was like, what the fuck are you doing? But yeah, apparently that's why he sniffs, because I mean, it's probably a combination of him like just
he's
being gross and trying
low OCD, I think too.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not a floss sniffer myself, but I know floss sniffers exist. Okay?
Sure.
Fine, right? Don't do it on national TV, right?
Yeah.
Furthermore, I get the seepage thing on the tortilla shells. I get that, fine, right?
Yeah.
He had them on his face, and then he put them back in the
bag. That's the one thing I saw too, and I'm like, if that were me, like I would sniff, but I would take. Like that's not mine, right? If I smell that it's bad, it goes garbage.
The only thing
it never goes back into the bag.
Incredible. The only thing I can assume is the bag has Kyland's name on it. That's the only thing I can assume. These are his tortillas.
Maybe. Yeah. Right? That is possible.
Yes. That's what I was hoping. I was like, maybe these are his tortillas. And like you said, it's possible because clearly the show set us up to hate his guts about this thing. And you come in with the info of they're cleaning everything. He's just sniffing stuff to make sure it's obviously not the floss, but he's sniffing stuff to make sure it's okay. Right.
Yeah.
But gross. So they play the veto competition I don't even remember what it was now. What was the veto competition? Oh, with the days and the seesaw and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Kyland out first, dog. I'm ecstatic. I'm so happy. So happy. Azah goes out second. Derek F rings in another second place. And Xavier wins again.
No surprise.
No surprise. Kyland's beating himself up again.
Yeah. Again, I'm the worst. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Xavier walks into the room and goes, Kai, I'm not talking to anybody tonight.
I'm just let everybody know. Yeah. We talk about this tomorrow. And Kyland is mid meltdown and he needs reassurance.
Yes.
And he's not getting it.
No.
And oh man.
And with each sentence, it's getting worse. Right. Spiraling. He's spiraling.
See, what I don't understand is like, how did he not see the writing on the wall? Like, how does he not? You think?
What?
I mean, I don't want to tease what happens later on, but like he's a little bit, kind of. How did you not see like, I don't know.
I think his behavior at the time is because he knows what's about to happen and he knows he can't stop it. That's what it is. He knows it's happening to him and he knows he can't do anything about it. So he starts acting like a child and Xavier tells him, I'm not doing any of this. And he goes, we're going to have this conversation now. And he just starts asking questions, making comments. Xavier can't leave the room. He's just forcing it, right?
Yeah. Ugh.
We get to the final episode of the week and we have Kyland talking about how Azah hasn't done anything, especially compared to him. Therefore, she doesn't deserve to be in this house.
What? Again, going back to like, I don't understand this logic. Like, if anything, you're just describing why they should vote you out, right? Like,
and for me, I agree with him. Okay, I agree with him in that he's done a lot more than Azah and Derek in this house to this point. Combined, yes, but to this point. But there's something gross about the way he's saying it, right? Like
a little sense of entitlement.
Yeah. I agree with you, but I wouldn't have said it like that. Like, I don't think most people would have said it the way he said it. And we find out later. I'm teasing, but we find out later. Derek F is up in here complaining to everybody about how he has to make a decision. It's like, if Xavier does this with the veto, I got to make a decision. And everybody's like, yeah, we've all had to make decisions, man. Shut up and make your decision before we take it away.
Right.
Before we take that away. Then I can't believe
he was debating us like so hard for the whole week.
And
like,
loud and to everybody.
Yeah. Like, it's just, man.
And then this through line of what you've done in the house compared to me continues. Derek and Azah get in a fight about Derek saying he's been carrying Azah the whole time. She gets her back up. And then he talks to us in confessional and he's like, she has a problem with carried. So I suitcased her. I backpacked her. I grocery bagged her. I did whatever makes you comfortable, but I got her here.
He ain't wrong.
He's not wrong, dog.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong, man. She won an awesome HOH. It was amazing. She won an HOH last minute, right? Decided to bring the wrong person with her. And that's her claim to fame right now. I won an HOH. And it's like, he did a lot of other stuff to get her where she is, for real.
Yeah.
Then we go to jury. The jury gets to talking and they hate Kyland's move to take out Tiffany, which makes me happy. They hate it.
Yeah.
They hate it. And then we've got Tiffany explaining to the crew what happened, the master plan, the cookout. And for me, this makes the season complete.
Yeah, their reaction to her telling them all this and then her being the mastermind, I was actually surprised that they were all like, "Yeah, yeah, you're the best." Yeah, like I was
Yeah.
like, "What is happening right now?" Like they
Well,
they were all like pretty happy for her
yeah.
that she had done all that. So
They're
yeah,
out. They're out. So why not be happy? And
I guess.
again, as I said last week, if, and they said this too, if Tiffany got to tell them about her 11-person plan in a 16-person house, she would have won. And I think the
Yeah,
majority of them said that too. They're like, "Oh, well, you definitely would have won if you got to final two." Um, but her getting to tell the story was perfect because anybody else that went in there first wouldn't have relayed the story the same way
right.
Tiffany did.
She was the best person to enter the jury.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. For the cookout. Yeah.
So we get to the veto ceremony finally. Xavier does not use the veto. Derek votes out Kyland, but not before
Oh, go on. Sorry.
he goes full Derek. They gave this man some power, and he gets up with his speech, and I'm gonna read it. Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
read it. He goes, "I've been perfectly clear. I owe nobody anything. I'm playing this game for myself." And then he nails, "I vote to evict Kyland."
Yeah, you actually said it all nice and proper. Did you hear how Julie was instructing him like make sure you say vote to evict?
I did not notice that.
She even put a little at the end of the thing. Like make sure you know it was the funniest. Oh my I was dying
I'll
when
watch
that
it
happened.
again.
Yeah, it was like Julie's making sure like you gotta for a legal team, you gotta fucking say the words. This is a live eviction.
This is the final three we're
Yeah.
getting down to.
There's
Don't
no
fuck it
Evo,
up.
motherfucker. You can't screw this up. That's the tone that I got from Julie.
Yeah,
On,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. But they gave
yeah,
that man power, and he said, "Okay,
yeah.
I'll show you what I do with power."
Right.
Then Julie tells everybody, "Kyland, you've been evicted," and Kyland won't leave.
Well, Kylan gets up. He's like, you know, he hugs. I think what Ozza, and
Also,
then
maybe,
he
yeah,
hugs X. And I'm thinking like, all right, you know, no big deal. And then all shit hit
yeah,
the fan,
yeah.
man.
He
Yeah.
goes, what happened? What happened, man? And he goes,
What happened with the vote?
and then he goes, and then Xavier goes, "It's the game." And he goes, "What about the game?"
Yeah. What about the game? And then and then X is like, "Oh, you'll find out." He's like, "No, no, no.
Yeah,
What about the game?"
yeah, yeah. What about the game? And then he goes, "But what about Kobe and how he's being raised? I thought he was being raised to be blah blah blah." And Xavier's like, "You're talking about my nephew?"
you're talking about my nephew. Like, oh my, the look on his face was like,
Yeah. I'm like, there's about to
yeah.
be a fight. Because
He did
usually,
he even take like a little step? Did he
yeah,
take
he
that
stepped
little?
forward. He
He
did,
stepped a
he
little,
shuffled
right?
forward a
Yeah,
little bit. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
I was like, yo, do they got security? Because
oh,
like,
have they ever needed security before?
I know this
Right?
might be the time that they look back on like, from that point on, we had two guys at the door.
I,
Yo, because dude, I got dangerously close to a fight because he kept going. He kept going. What did he say? He's like, your nephew's gonna grow up and he needs a role model, and he kept bringing that up. He actually like got interrupted and brought it up again, and it's like, yo, what? And then what did X say then? He's like,
oh,
I advise you to stop mentioning my nephew in
yeah.
this or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah,
So I had every intention of breaking bad on this dude, right? I clearly don't like him, right?
yeah.
And now he does this. But to be perfectly honest, I feel bad. I feel sad for him, right?
That's the
Um,
way it went out.
yeah.
Yeah,
I feel really sad because he's going to have to learn some lessons the hardest way possible in front of like the whole world. You know what I mean? It's rough. And I'm gonna tell a little story. We've talked about The Challenge. I like The Challenge a lot. It's a great show. One of the contestants on The Challenge recently over the last 6 seasons has been Josh Martinez, who you know from Big Brother winner, right? He was not calm in the Big Brother house. He was another person that could have got some security up in the house at times. And he's doing the same thing in the Challenge house, right? So he got into a near fight this past week on The Challenge, right?
Oh, wow.
They stop the thing, security comes in, whatever. The next day, the host shows up at the house. The host doesn't show up at the house unless bad things are going to happen, right? So he tells Josh, you're embarrassing. Okay? You're embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing your family. Get it together, right? Kyland needed to hear that last night, okay? Julie got panicked and she's like, Kyland, you need to leave. Kyland, you need to leave.
Yeah,
what he needed to hear was, Kyland, you're embarrassing yourself and you're embarrassing the cookout. Okay? You need to get out of this house. Okay? And I felt sad for him more than mad at him. Because he's going to look back on this and it's going to be ugly.
He was trying to get
big time.
He was instigating, right? He was wanting to X to punch him, right?
I'm curious.
Because then he's out of the game and I'm going to take him out with me because that's what would happen, right?
I'm curious.
Because like not only did like that whole time when Julie had to get involved and was like basically yelling over the inner system, like he was like, oh, I need to get my cup. Oh wait, is this the right cup? Like, I don't know if this is the right cup. Like yo, motherfucker, they asked you to leave ages ago. Leave the cup, man. Just go.
When he was drinking, when he was when he was drinking on the block, right?
Yeah.
They're announcing the veto and the vote, and he's drinking out of his stupid sippy cup. I'm we've never seen anybody drinking out of their stupid sippy cup when it's time to go home. What is this fool up to?
Yeah,
right?
what is I didn't realize it was a sippy cup. Yeah.
Yeah, big ass straw coming out of a cup. Right? So
yeah, that was weird, man.
I'm curious. I'm curious.
Did anyone yell at him, you think? Like after? Like
from the show?
Yeah. Like, do you think they were like, they yelled at him and they're like, okay, we need to reshoot this fucking scene. Okay, you come out of the door now. Like, and then Julie and was it all one shot, you know?
It's live. So I think it is what it is.
You think it was one shot? Yeah.
I think security has an issue because how long do you have to wait before you can send him to the jury house? Right? Because you can't trust anything about this person right now. You can't trust him to be around anybody that is a part of the show. Like none of the talent. Roger, are you inviting that guy over to the house 5 minutes after that?
You think the jury will know? Like maybe the show might be like, oh, they won't know, so who cares?
I don't think it's a question of whether or not they'll know. I think it's a question of he's acting so irrationally that you can't have him around people because of safety.
Boot him off the jury?
I don't think they'll boot him off. I'm just saying, how long are they going to wait? Like if they let someone go shower and change and go out in 12 hours, is he going to be 24 hours instead? Right? You know what I mean? Like, are they going to give him a bigger window? But going back to when it happened, I'm curious about how it all went down because I'm like, is he manipulative enough to try to get Xavier kicked out from getting in a fight? Or is he just off the hinges so much that he didn't even know what he was doing? You know what I mean? Like he's just reacting to what's going on. And he also knows what could push Xavier's buttons. So he's just flailing. He's just saying anything he can to get a reaction out of somebody because they're not giving him the answers he wants. You know what I mean?
Right.
And those are questions. I don't know the answer to anything.
Yeah, I don't. Right? Yeah.
But
only Kyland knows, really.
This fool, it's killing me because he just acted like a complete jackass in the house, right? Then he goes out to talk to Julie and his smiling face is everywhere. Just pictures of him smiling. He's smiling at Julie. It's crazy.
This conversation with Julie was also pretty cringe. Like from the
Yes.
like his yeah. His answers to some of Julie's questions, like he didn't think he did anything wrong. I didn't think Julie gave him shit. I don't like she should have said something. She should have been like, "Why'd you act like that?" Like that was a bad way to go out. Like
that's a great
nothing.
point by you. Great point
Nothing.
by you.
Like I was expecting her to say something.
Yeah.
Because she usually doesn't let stuff like that slide. But like, man, like, and then at the end of the convo, he fucking has the gall to be like, "Oh, hopefully, I hope this isn't the last time. I found out this summer that I'm actually pretty good at something, so I wouldn't mind coming back." Like, you're not coming back, man. Not after what the fuck just happened. That's what I would have been like, Julie. If I would have been Julie, I'd have been like, "Yeah, not after what happened there. You ain't coming back.
You're not coming back on this show.
Like,
are you crazy?
Where is this guy delusional? Like,
yes.
Now that you mention it, like, maybe you're right, man. Maybe that guy needs to be fucking put in like a room and like observe for a while.
Yes.
Because like this guy's fucked. Like,
dude. So all season, I'm talking about how I don't like this guy. I'm like, I don't know why. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what it is. What could it be?
I knew why.
I don't know
he's
why.
friends with fucking Sarah Beth. Like,
that's not it either.
Nor I called this out like week 2, man.
Nor are they still friends because Sarah Beth is over his ass already in the jury, right? But what got to me, right? This fool says, I just wanted the first African-American winner of this game to be a person that played the game honorably. And instead of doing anything, winning by any means necessary. So
and being in alliance called a gentleman and being gentleman-like.
Yeah, right. And that let me know this dude thinks he's better than people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not like his game is one way to play the game and another way to play the game is another way. His game is the most desirable, honorable way to play. And all of these other ways are scrub ways to play the game. Dishonorable. Right. He called Xavier cowardly.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
What? And that's the vibe that he's had the whole season. Right.
Yeah.
And when he was talking about Azza not doing anything compared to him in the house, right? And I was like, that's true. I agree with you. Why does it sound gross when it comes out of your lips?
Yeah, why do you have to mention it? Like,
the reason it sounds gross is because he thinks he's better than she is.
Yeah.
And not in a game. He thinks he's better than she is as a person. That shit is deep rooted, man. He's gross. Yeah. And I said I was sad and I wasn't going to go break bad on this dude, but it's too late. I did. Too late. Gross. I couldn't believe it. Disappointing.
Very.
Really disappointing.
What a way to end the week, man.
Yeah. Remember we talked last week about what they're going to be like, the cookout's going to be like?
After. He's going to be the one that they don't talk to. He's the one that's going to get excommunicated.
Got a question.
Yeah.
Who is he going to talk to? Because he's not going to talk to the cookout.
He'll try to talk to everyone, I think. And I think everyone will talk to him back. But no one's going to build a relationship with him. No one's asking that guy over for dinner. It'll just be like small talk. Like, hey, how are you? Good. You? Good. All right. Nice talking. Bye. Like, it'll just be that. Like, he's not. Yeah. No.
Tough spot. Tough spot.
Yeah.
Like
especially after when they all go back and then they find out what he did to X. Like, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. You think he'll tell them when he gets to jury?
I don't think he'll tell them. I think either the show will show it or the other people will say, "Did you guys hear what happened at the thing?" Like it. Yeah, it'll come out. I think.
Yeah, disappointing. But we got one episode left of the show. Little housekeeping, audio listeners. The next episode and last episode will be late. I think it's October the 7th. Could be the 10th. I'm not sure, but it's going to be late. It'll come out.
It's coming late.
But the video is still here if you want it. The video will be out on time. As always, please remember to hit those buttons, like, subscribe, tell a friend. Roger?
Sure. Yeah, if you're looking for me on social medias, I am at i6hitman, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, all that shit. i6hitman, if you're looking for me.
Yeah. We'll see you in a week. It's finale night.
Let's see who wins.
Take care, y'all. Peace.
Later.